Please don't go 0-5. Please don't go 0-5. Please don't go 0-5. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. So we're going to start off this grand arena with Temmin, who was up against Mysterion 666. So the too long don't read of this screen is 1 GL versus 3. We've got a mod advantage, we've got a relic disadvantage, and there's only a slight GP disadvantage. So overall, I was feeling fairly confident going into this. It all depended what he did with his GLs. And history suggested he did use the majority on offense, so going into this we were feeling quite comfortable, but was that a warranted feeling? It was not. Go and say, my opponent, once again, it feels like it's becoming a recurring thing on Temmin, decided, right, I'm going to place 1 GL on each wall and block the guy. And I don't blame him, he's got multiple GLs, I can understand the argument for doing it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't feel any less painful. So let's just actually show you a bit more, because this is only one screen after all. So this was the defense I set, and it's pretty much similar to what I've been putting down recently. So let's just move on to the south wall, where I did make a change. I took Gas out and I put General Grievous down. Yeah, I didn't think he did much on offense last round, so I thought let's just try him out on defense, see how he gets on. And then the back, oh, sorry, not the back wall. I'm not going to show back walls right now. Okay, so, yeah, enemy teams, north wall, we got Sith Eternal Emperor. Not the worst Sith Eternal Emperor team, but with Grievous on defense, I didn't really stand a hope there. That's assuming my Grievous was well modded, which it isn't. We got Bounty Hunters, we got Mon Mothma, and we got Padme. And just adding to that, it was Padme Cat. It was not a simple Padme team. Then down south we've got Crew with both Hux and Red Trooper, so not a nice comp. Qui-Gon Jinn with Old Republic plus Old Ben. That was a very weird team. I get it a little bit, but it was still very weird seeing it. We got Newt with Wat and Wampa. Okay, fair enough. And we got JML with pretty much a Titans comp. So yeah, this guy was determined to block me. I respect it, like I say. You've got every right to block me, but again, it doesn't make it any less painful for me. So let's show you how we got on. So let's bring Temmin up. There we go. So first one, we did the mirror match. I'm going to say similar to last round. Only difference being this one was a lot more messier than the Temmin mirror match we did previously. I even remember saying during the voiceover like this in the last battle, you know, JML mirrors don't worry me. And I will stand by it, this one didn't worry me as much, but when you take out the Titan Jedi, you can tell how weaker this team gets. And I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, they've got General Skywalker, I've only got JKL as far as the Titans. So I am suffering because of that. You know, they've got days, they've got cooldown increases, whereas, and armor shred. Whereas me, I've just got the mass stun. So while we can both deal that, it's you know, an even playing field in that regard. It doesn't mean that I'm not suffering. So yeah, this is a very rough start to the battle because I'm having to use abilities I don't want to be using. Ideally, I'd be using inherited teachings, I'd be trying to get my ultimate, but as you can see by comparison, the opposition JML is probably 70-80% of the way there to the ultimate, whereas I don't even think I'm 10%, purely because I've had to use abilities. So it has been a rough start. I mean, as you can see, their JML's already got ultimate. Mine, again, I would be surprised if that's 10%. We're just charging up now to 25, and I'm also having to weigh up, do I use an ability? Like with Shat there, I'm thinking, do I point at JML, give him some health and protection back, because he looks weak. And yeah, it wasn't a choice I was enjoying. Thankfully, the opposition JML was a little bit slow at this point. I don't know if we managed to just slow him down with the debuff, but either that, it was just slow in general, but we were able to just take advantage of that. We were able to get some ultimate charge ourselves. But yeah, the battle was not looking great here. I mean, they got ultimate first. Thankfully, we were able to get rid of the crit damage on JML, because that can be nasty. But yeah, again, I thought I'm going to use the ability. I'm just going to heal JML up. We need our tank to survive. It didn't help as well that we haven't got a Jolie or a JKR, anyone to just protect the likes of Ezra. If they die, they die. So yeah, we got the ultimate. Thankfully, that meant that we were able to remove all our cooldowns, get back on a good playing field again. Good time with Hoda as well, but sadly Ezra bit a bullet there. I believe Shaq doesn't survive the battle either. I can't remember offhand, but yeah, Shaq got done by inherited teachings there, I think, because that was rough. Thankfully, we do get through this. It was close. It was way too close. I mean, you're looking at this 3v5. I wouldn't blame anyone for thinking that I didn't get through. But the fact of the matter is, once you get JML out, it is a comfortable battle. Plus, I have always modded my JML for a bit of offense, or crit damage, I should say. So that comes in handy once you've got the ultimate, because crit damage up plus the natural crit damage, you're going to hit hard. Alright, so this one, I wasn't sure what to do. Yeah, I was going into this battle and I'm thinking, what am I actually going to do about Qui-Gon here? Because we can use Beskar's Annihilate, but what is the benefit? Who are we going to target? So I went for Qui-Gon thinking, right, we may as well trigger the early sacrifice, essentially, the all the damage buffs to go and get. But in hindsight, I don't think that was the right call. I mean, Jolie may have made sense, but even watching it back, I'm thinking, yeah, we could have got rid of Jolie. But would it have really mattered? Because Qui-Gon would have still been dealing pretty decent damage. Or at least the team under Qui-Gon. So overall, I just think that this was a bad idea for a counter. I think it can work. I think I even saw Fatal taking his bounty hunters in against a Qui-Gon the other day. So as counters go, it does work. It's just this was not an optimal team to take it in against. I mean, credit to Grief here. He tried to hang in a little bit. He got a lot of counter chance. I was really surprised how he just kept hanging in there, just kept healing himself up. But yeah, it was in vain. It was in vain. So yeah, credit to did I say Queel? I meant Grief. I think I want to Queel, but yeah, Grief hung in, but it was in vain. We're going down here. There we go. So we had to do a clean up there. So while I was working out what to clean up with, we took on this nuke team with our Imperial troopers. We had a speed advantage, so it was just the idea, who do we go for first? So I put the mark ability, the inevitable failure on Death Trooper. That way we can get double taps. So I thought, who's the one we want to actually target here? And I thought Wampa. Wampa makes a lot of sense. He's going to be causing us a bit of problems with days, so let's get rid of him. So at this point it's like, okay, let's try and get days on the opposition. Everyone got days, fantastic. Django's a bit of a concern, obviously, with the damage immunity. You don't want him locked down too tight, but we haven't got Stark and Eerie, we haven't got like passive TM removal, so I was feeling pretty comfortable. It was just about timing our abilities. So yeah, we threw the grenade, that increases cooldowns. At this point I'm debating, do we go for Newt or Watt? And yeah, I did throw a fair few hits at Newt, but in the end I did circle back to Watt for the very simple reason Watt could cause some trouble with revives. So from here, I actually auto basic. I think, you know what, we're just gonna have to really just speed this up a little bit. Not because it'll take forever, but manually it would take a while. So yeah, just auto basic. It allows Django to get out, take a turn, and I believe, yeah, he hadn't even taken one turn at this point, so we really had to just auto basic so he got round to his second turn in damage immunity. This was the beauty of taking a Death Trooper though, we were able to stun lock him, so I think I do take it off auto here just so that I can get the extortion off forgotten his name, Moff Gideon. But yeah, once Newt was out and Django was out of damage immunity, it was a clean battle. We got Death Mark as well. 13 at 5k hits from Piet, he's gone. Okay, so next one. I experimented here, and it wasn't the right time. First of all, Fennec was a waste. I took her in just hoping that I could get an early start, and she just got nuked, so not a good idea. The reason I took Dengar lead in was his contract is damage the healthiest enemy. So I'm thinking to myself, Crew is a tanky so-and-so, so in theory we should trigger this quite quickly as long as we keep going for Crew. This is where the issue is though, we damaged him a little too quickly. I mean, I say that this is we were already losing this, let's be honest. But it got beyond the point of even earning a contract. So, yeah, it was painful. Again, I thought the idea behind it was good, but it was a shoddy counter at best. So maybe if my Fennec was bigger, if my speed mods on the team were better, it might have done more. But yeah, even then, I think I was punching up. So we decided to clean this up. Mara sadly bit the bullet. I don't mind that too much, as much as I do like Mara in a team. I thought at least if she's taken a hit for me, it means that the other 4 are surviving. So yeah, I'm not comfortable with how this GA went again. I mean, we've had 2 drop battles already, and we haven't even attempted the North Wall yet, where we actually cannot clear. So yeah. I think there's a point here where, especially with that Dengar team, I was experimenting. I was thinking, I'm going to struggle to win, so I may as well just see what could win. And yeah, it was a bad call in a way. I could potentially have still done better, but I didn't enjoy this GA. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I didn't enjoy it. It was it felt like my opponent pretty much told me you lose from how he set his board. And yeah, we always try and save face, but yeah, you're looking at stuff like this and you're thinking we had to take in what would have been a good team for the North to clean up the South. And maybe I could have used this on Qui-Gon. I can't remember offhand. Maybe I was worried about the speeds. But yeah, this was just painful again, because it's a good team. It can clean up a lot. So yeah. Ooh, I'm surprised I didn't edit this. Sorry, that's a bit shoddy from me. Let's just fast forward a little bit. So, yeah, we took JKR in against crew. I'm a bit surprised with my own editing there. So, yeah, we go for Red Trooper. Red Trooper's always the nuisance. So, this is where I'm annoyed at myself as much as anything, though, because potentially I could have took this in against crew first and then cleaned up something else with JKR. Yeah, it's just working out your counters at times. I mean, I don't think Dengar could have taken anything out on the North Wall, but maybe I could have used something that I used at the back. Well, I say at the back. I could have used something else with Dengar. Sorry, I need to just have a drink. But yeah, I feel like that was maybe the downfall. I was experimenting too early. And, you know, I think in hindsight it wasn't the worst call because, you know, I think the GA did get away from us very early. But, yeah, I think there's a point when you don't experiment too quick. You know, you think, try and stay in the battle as long as you can. Don't just drop needlessly. And that Dengar one was a needless drop. I think my issue is my opponents know that I can't realistically set a GL on defense. Pretty much every opponent I've had of late has got a Sith Eternal Emperor, so they can just pretty much underdog that. And if they haven't got Sith Eternal Emperor, they've probably got a JMK or just something that's a comfortable counter as well. I mean, I haven't faced a single slacker opponent for a long time. So yeah, JML I just can't rely on to hold a wall. So at that point, I'm to toughen up my South Wall with good teams like Gas, CLS, etc. and hope that they don't break through it. But I'm solely reliant on mods. Okay, so I haven't been commentating too much on what I'm actually seeing, but Phoenix, yeah, Nest, pretty comfortable counter. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here just for the fact that we saw it last time. It's not a hard counter. Hard counter to achieve. You just basically, you could leave it on full auto. It's not difficult to achieve. So yeah, we got 68 here. It was a good score. So next one, we went in with Wampa against Old Republic. And again, this is where I could kind of talk about experimenting. I'd said to myself, let's just throw in Wampa, let's just see what he can do. And it was bad. There's no two ways about it. I'm hoping Wampa can do more for me with this upcoming Grand Arena. We've got the Omicron. The downside is he's only Relic 3. So I need to gauge during this next week what Relic 3 Wampa Omicron can achieve. I'm hoping I've modded him right. I've already tried to set up the Omicron style modding, but we'll soon see if it was right or wrong. But you look here and I think I could have taken Bad Batch in here. you know, that would have been a comfortable counter. I might have even been able to take it in against the First Order team, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I think if Hux hadn't been there, it would have been a closer thing to a certainty. But, yeah. This was just a clean up. You know, 45 we got on this, and I'm thinking, I should have taken this in to start. It would have got me a 65. It's 10 banners. It wouldn't have made a grand deal of difference to come the end of the round, but you just think, maybe I could have put more pressure on my opponent. So, yeah, you're just thinking, all right, you know what, I'm going fast forward here. We all know Bad Batch are going clean up Old Republic quite comfortably, so, yeah. Like I say, 45, it would have been 65 had I gone in straight away. So, we're wrapping up the top wall, sorry, we're wrapping up the back wall at this point. There was a Rolo team. For some reason, Fulcrum and, sorry, no, it wasn't Fulcrum who was the odd one out, it was Clone Sergeant. I get the feeling my opponent's going for Jedi Master Kenobi, so yeah, they've got 1 or 2 wrecks sorted already, but no home for them. So yeah, I'm prioritising Captain Arn here. We need to get him out. I didn't particularly like using Night Sisters here. I thought there is 2 pretty hard-hitting AoEs there in Rolo and Clone Sergeant. Not to mention Leia, Princess Leia, could actually deal some half-decent damage. I don't like that Terminator removal as well from Sarge, so a couple of things in this battle I didn't like. Daze as well from Han. You know, none of these were going to guarantee a loss for me, but you just think, if I don't keep my wits about me, this could be an embarrassing loss, because Night Sisters should win this battle. And I didn't want Rolo taking a turn, because that AoE can hit hard. But, yeah, you're just watching, you're thinking, let's just play smart, let's make sure that we keep control of the AoEs, let's make sure we keep control of the daisies as much as we can. Han had to go. Yeah, had to go. We just couldn't afford revives, but you get in situations like that where you got dodges. And, yeah. Right now on Crimson, it's an uphill fight every round. It's kind of painful. If I haven't already made that clear, you know, you're looking in, you're thinking, I need a gimme. I need some form of let off one round, because credit to all of my opponents of late, they have not set me easy defenses, you know, and some of them I think, yeah, maybe they could have done as far as what they've got. But again, with respect to them, they've all had multiple GLs, bar one, I think, maybe. I might be even... No, I think Temmin's had all had multiple GLs, so it's what you expect. But I'm looking and thinking, I've only got an Executor to lean on after JML. So as much as I try and point them up north and say, if you can't clear my south, clear my north, they can clear my south. So, yeah, my thoughts are I'm going to have to try and just block the north more. But even then, I can't do anything of note to block it. That is my problem. I'm trying to build up teams as much as I can. I mean, I'm working on Starkiller. Or I'm working on the requirements, I should say. But that's a good month or 2 away. You know, I'm 6-star Dash, 7-star Kyle, Talon's only 3, Mara's about 5, I think. So it's going to be a while before they're all ready. And that's not taking into account Relics. But, yeah, I'm working on it, you know, because I think, all right, it's a cheap GL counter. It could take out a Ray. I think I've heard it can take out a Slacker. But even then, I've still got to work on the tunes that go in the team, like Visas Mar. So, yeah, Temmin could be in a sticky spot for a little while right now, and it makes me uneasy because, you know, my main account was doing well. There was a point when I was thinking, you know what, I'm bossing my Grand Arenas right now. And yeah, Temmin Crimson has got the advantage of the double GL, but yeah, I thought Temmin had got a better roster depth. So this 5-0 as it will be, it was hard to take. I mean, I've seen my opponent for the next round, and 0-6 is certainly on the cards. And again, that is, yeah, that hits me hard. I mean, I consider myself a good player. I don't consider myself a bad player. You know, I will make mistakes. I will try things I shouldn't try. But at heart, I have got good ideas as far as team comps. So I look at it and I think, yes, 0-6 is not good. There's no way of sugarcoating it. Alright, this is the one I need to talk about. Okay, sorry, because I have been talking about Crimson a lot. I haven't really been talking about, not Crimson, I've been talking about Temmin a lot, but I haven't been talking about the battles. But yeah, this was a danger one. I thought it's the biggest team I've got, we may as well throw it at this team. But as everyone knows, Commander Ahsoka Tano, she's got an instant, well, she hasn't got an instant annihilate in this scenario, but she has got annihilate. So we've got to keep her under control. The flip downside is we can't manipulate a turn meter. And so Padme just neuters that. So our options are, what, you know, we've got to try and daze her, we've got to try and stun it, just any of these abilities. There was a point here as well where I was kind of glad. Gas went down, and I thought, alright, this could work in our favour. If Commander Ahsoka does try to use Force Sleep while gas is down, then as long as it isn't 5s, we have got a shot. So it was a weird situation to be rooting for in some ways, you know, wanting a clone to die, but if it meant that Force Sleep, or the first Force Sleep, was used on a toon that I didn't mind, it wasn't the worst case scenario. So yeah, Cat took gas down as far as making him kneel. I think we do get the sacrifice there, yeah. So again, we're just trying to get Cat out. Anakin's a focus as well, but really Cat's the one that worries me. I mean, as you can see, we get form up. We're going to dispel the taunt off Kenobi, and then we're just getting rid of Cat. Even though Anakin worries me, I don't really care if he does an AoE. I would just rather get Cat out. I mean, look at that. One shot from Padme and Cat's, gas is straight back down. It's a Relic 7. You know, he's not badly modded. So Cat just supercharges the Padme team. It's rough watching this, but you wouldn't believe it looking at this, but I win this battle. It's a minor miracle. I managed to just keep taking advantage of the fact that I can hit through foresight. But yeah, just great damage as well. I've got to give Gas credit. He hung in here. You know, you look at that. That was incredible. 51 banners. It's the lowest you can get. But we got through it and won. You know, the only thing better would have been a solo clean-up at 49. So I'm taking it. That was a positive result. I'll say better. It wouldn't have been better, but it's the only thing that would have been another score. So yeah, at this point, I've got nothing left. I threw Trail leading against Mon Mothma. I thought if this wins, I will probably go do Lally. But yeah, this had no hope. You know, it was actually surprising how long the team survived. I was expecting Greedo to go, maybe not turn 1, but turn 2, 3, or 4. But he hung in quite a while, and the thermal detonators are there, and there's a potential for something to happen. Well, okay, the detonators are there now, but yeah, you're looking at it, you're thinking, could something happen? I mean, again, I wasn't expecting it, but you're watching it, you're going, Lando's AoE didn't kill us. Yeah, I was curious. I was thinking, come on, we've got Chirrut out. Can we take someone's turn meter away? So I'm like, hey up, something could happen. And yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, we lost Greedo. We got no chance of bringing him back. So yeah, I'm not disappointed about this as far as I didn't expect it to work, but it kind of looked good when Chirrut went, and I'm disappointed for this team that it didn't just do a bit more. I know, it's lame disappointment. So yeah, this is the end of Temmin's attacks. Let's show you how the board looked at the end. Now, you look at that, and you think, I misplayed. Because you're thinking to yourself, 14 banners were in it. And if I'd have just been a little bit smarter, I could have won this. That is what this one comes down to in the end, because you're looking and you're thinking, okay, no holds on the front. If we go down to the south, or the back wall I should say, again, we got 3 holds on Ewoks. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I'm going to assume they came after 3 holds here, or three battles here. So yeah, Newt again did me great. I might have to move him up to the front wall just to see if he does more work there, but I think Newt is better as a trip team rather than a up front and hold the line team, so I think he is best suited here right now. But yeah, Ewoks, they did me great. Then if we go up north, we obviously got holds with Akbar and Mon. but yeah, no odds with Wedge or Dash. So yeah, I don't really know what I can add here except for I'm disappointed. I think if I'd have got a cleaner result with if I'd have taken in JKR versus Crew originally, then that would have been a lot cleaner banners. And from there, I would have been also, if I hadn't done the same thing with Wampa, if I'd have gone Bad Batch on Old Republic, if I'd have done either of those, I would have probably won this. Because I'm suspecting at this point this guy's run out. So, you know, I don't think he thought, oh, I've given in, I've got a lead. I think he did run out. So I'm looking and I'm thinking, if I'd have just not given in at this point, I would have probably won it. But for certain, if I hadn't given in when it got to Old Republic, I would have won it. So I'm giving myself a lot of stick here. I think it's earned. I think Temmin could have won this with a bit more concentration on my part. So yeah, it's a bad loss this, because if I just go here, I can just give a sneak peek at my next opponent, who, yeah, it's a big fight again. 4 GLs, 1 R9 on JML. So yeah, I'm likely going 6-0. Full star exec, thankfully I can cope with that. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one, I'll be honest. So hopefully we come out with a surprising result, but considering we're both 0-2 for the week, I'm just hoping John Allen is, with respect to him, I hope he isn't that great a player. Because I need a gimme. I need something to just get me out of the gyps I'm in. So fingers crossed we get out of this, because it's been a bad 2 weeks so far. So, Crimson was up against a Shardmate in Wicious Earthrunner. Now, I say a Shardmate, I think our opponent here retired just after joining Grand Arena, because I reached out to him to say, hey, is this you? And I got no message back, and yeah, it's going to spoil the ending as far as the result, but I did win this because Wicious didn't attack. So yeah, I'm sorry if you've gone, Wicious. You know, I respect anyone who retires. It's that type of game. It can drain your enthusiasm at times. But yeah, I'm sorry that you weren't here to, you know, at least take part. But yeah, as far as the actual battle, I actually felt like I had an advantage with GLs. I'm going to say we both had JMK. Wicious had an ult, I didn't. But I had Slacker, Wicious had C, so if C was on offense, he would have had to take on my Slacker. I was at a mod disadvantage, that concerned me. I don't like being at disadvantage like that. But everything else I was thinking, okay, we've got a little chance here. We're not in the worst scenario. I mean, even Ralix were only a little bit behind. So, yeah, I've been in worse cases. So as far as the board, yeah, I did put my Slacker down. I thought if C is on offense, then Slacker can greet it. JMK was waiting for us though, so I did save my JMK just to at least try and do an efficient first battle. But I wasn't expecting Gas and Padme, so that was a bit of a bummer. It's one of those where you do think as well, if someone's retiring, could you at least, you know, not set a hard defense? So yeah, my defense, I put GG down, I put Slacker, I put Bosk, and I put Newt with the Night Sisters. Down south, I put Old Republic with Nest. I put a BAM team with Queel and IG, which I haven't been doing of late, because usually I've been putting Mission and Big Z in this comp. So yeah, I may stick with this for a round, just see how this holds, because I'm still expecting it to fall down quite easily, but with Veton and Bo-Katan being in there, maybe something could happen. I'm not expecting a lot, but something could. A bit like this, to be honest. The clones seem to be doing something with Shakti, so even if it's just a hold every now and again, I don't mind it. And then Qui-Gon's Qui-Gon, so again, I don't mind him on defense. As far as the opponent, Wicious, we got a Tarkin team, we got a Geonosian team, Padme with some leftovers that we happen to face later on as well on DarthUnkei, so a little spoiler there, and Bounty Hunters, so quite interesting as far as what we faced on the north. Down south, obviously, we've got Kenobi with Cat, and just for the record, the Cat was faster than my Cat, so that was not a good sign, especially with the ultimate and my lack of. There was a Grievous, obviously, there's a Qui-Gon, again, Bastila in there. Why put Old Republic when Anakin's in there, but I don't know. And then gas. Yeah, the gas team was faster than me, so that was a concern as well. So let's show you how I got on. Okay, so we started off with the mirror match, and I felt that I had a chance with Padme in there. She just got that extra survivability in her, so you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, we may stand a chance. So battle starts as it usually does, both cats take out both Kenobis. So from that point on, it's a free-for-all, and I said to myself, just in case we need to clean this up, we're going all in on cat. You know, there is no tank, there is nothing stopping us, so we are just going every single attack on cat. If we'd got like gas or something, I might have sort of passed a turn to try and get armor shred on Kenobi or something. But with what we've got, I just didn't see any reason not to go for cat. So yeah, it's a little bit interesting. At the AI decided let's go for Ahsoka. I decided to put the Cheyenne, or someone told me I'd say it in the chat and I've forgotten. But yeah, we put the cat buff on to Kenobi. And yeah, it's playing out alright. We've got cat under control. Obviously, the ultimate maybe caused an issue, but that's just protection up. It's not like she could have the stun cleanse, so that was something. We're getting armor shred on cat. And yeah, I feel like the battle's in our control here. It is a downside, obviously, that we've got no ultimate. I think if we'd got the ultimate, we'd have won this a lot faster. Plus, we'd have probably won it a little bit more efficiently. But yeah, it's the way things go. I mean, thankfully, even though their cat decided to go for an armor shred on me, we'd got some survivability on us. I mean, we got damage immunity as well at the time. So yeah, at this point, we're just waiting for one more hit on their cat. So they were just taking their turns. They were going a bit crazy. But one hit, down, they're gone. So at this point, I'm thinking we just need our cat to survive. Padme comes in clutch, and I'm not worried one bit now. I think even though Kenobi's got his ultimate, even though he's high relic, obviously, I still think we've got the control here. I'm going to say that it's very hard to lose the battle from here because even without the ultimate, cat's just going to deal some great damage. We've got Padme to keep healing us up. We've got Ahsoka who can cleanse any debuffs via basic, well, criticals on basic. So yeah, I was feeling confident. We won't work on the sides though. We want to make sure that Kenobi's on his own before we deal with him, or at least that's the way I approached it. Yeah, that foresight there was nice as well. But yeah, look at that on cat. Full health in protection Kenobi, just pretty much reduced to the yellow and then red. I can't wait to work with the ultimate, at least on this account. Alright, so next battle, we took in gas for a mirror match. And like I said, I got a speed disadvantage, and it really shows. I've done mirror matches before when I've been behind, and yeah, this was not nice. I don't really know what I could have done to try and play this a bit better. With hindsight, maybe what I could have done is... Well, actually, I will rewind just for a moment. Let's go back a few frames. We got the assist here from 5s, and I'm thinking I called in gas. What I'm thinking is maybe it would have been better if I called in Arc. For the simple reason, Arc would have done his attack, but the turret would have assisted removing tenacity up from gas. Then I may have been able to increase gas's cooldowns with my own gas. That's the theory. Not a great theory, but a theory. Instead, tenacity up meant that I was never going to land anything like that. So, at least that's how I understand cooldown increases anyway. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Maybe crits just mean it's irresistible anyway. But either way, that's something I'm watching and thinking maybe I could have done that. But as you can see, the battle's gotten away a little bit. My gas is already taking a nap. We're only at 30% on their gas. We've got form up. We have had a sacrifice. That's something. But it wasn't looking pretty. There's no two ways of describing it. We've taken a lot of damage already while gas has been napping, and their 5s has not had any damage really to it. So we've got full health and protection to take down. So yeah, I mean, I'm watching it back obviously, and I'm thinking I'm not sure what more I could have done here. I've said that one move at the beginning, but that is just me hoping really. It felt like we were far away from cooldowns as well. It's like I wasn't able to hope that I could get a Rexolate out. Just things like that kept counting against me. So yeah, I mean, I did the basic there with Echo. I don't think that would have played a big difference in this battle, but you think maybe I could have used the special for the more damage. I didn't want to use Rexolate there. I know some people might disagree with that, but I'm thinking Rexolate for me is when you've got a kill. You don't use it to get gas down because then you can't get the kill. So in my head, I'm thinking we need to keep Rex alive, which just about happened, but we need to then use the Rexolate on 5s. And yeah, this was just not going good. I mean, look at all the alpha on the clones. We are literally just about surviving. So we form up. We managed to get their gas down. And then my priority here is just getting 5s down. And maybe I misplayed a bit here. I could have done a few hits on Rex and then used Rexolate on 5s. Because as you can see, it was a bit of a waste here. I was in a funny position where I didn't want to use Rexolate because I'm thinking, you know, it's a waste how much health 5s had got. But at this point, we've still got the Rexolate, but we haven't got anyone we can target again. So I misplayed a bit there, I think. I could have gone for Rex, just chipped away at some of the health, then Rexolated 5s, then come back to Rex. But as it turned out, I lost Rex without even using his aerial advantage. And because of that, the clones are just sitting ducks. So the positives I took out of this battle, one, I've learned how to manage maybe being behind a bit better. But also, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I now know what I can do to clean up a gas in this situation, because I didn't really know what I was going to do before when this battle was going on. I knew at this point it was a clean-up, I just didn't know what I was going to do. So thankfully we did come up with a clean-up option. So yeah, live and learn. Next one, JKR versus Droids. I'm just going to have a sip of my drink because this is quite a formal battle. You know, it's something that we've done multiple times. So yeah, as you can see, we've done the AoE. We always go for B2 at this point. It's why I always swap the turn. If we can get B2 out before JKR's mark is available, that's fantastic. So once the mark's available, we go for GG. And yeah, he's not really got much hope at this point, GG. So just calling Yoda. I always do the AoE with Juhani, and it's more for a giggle. She doesn't do any damage. If you got Relic 7 Juhani and she does some decent damage, let me know. I might be tempted to take her just to have a better option there, but I'm saying that with a lot of jest in my voice. So yeah, yeah, we're focused on Droidica. We want to make sure he doesn't get damage immunity. We want to make sure he goes out. But we're also trying to recover banners, same as every other JKR GG in battle. On Temmin, this is why I want Wampa. I'm going back to Temmin a little bit in my head there, but it means if I can, even if I'm not able to take a GL out with a Relic 3 Wampa, I think maybe at the very least I can take out GG teams or Mon Mothma teams. So that Omicron was definitely worth the investment. It's just maybe I need more relics. We'll have to see how I get on. It's going to be interesting. I'm just hoping I don't get relegated to the bottom of Kyber 5. It's going to be a high climb up. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I'm back on Crimson. I will keep my head in the game. So yeah, Bastla's here. I'm thinking to myself, Bastla is a little annoying in this battle because she isn't annoying, but it does mean you're not entirely sure what Anakin's going to do as far as damage. He should do good damage still, but it's a case of how much. So I'm stalling a bit because I want to do an AoE. And I'm thinking, watching it back, I should have done Dark Trooper's AoE instead of turn me to game move. But I was trying to get rid of the Foresight. I wanted to clear the Foresight and then could go straight for Qui-Gon. The whole aim of this opening salvo from me is to use Piet's second special on Qui-Gon and kill him. That way we get Death Mark. But if I did it now, I wouldn't get Death Mark. So we're stalling. We're trying to get all of them down. We're just trying to make sure, take advantage of the fact we can't kill them to do some half decent damage. But yeah, it's like here, I do the AoE. We take Shat down. I did actually misplay here. If you won't be able to tell because of my face cam, but Range Trooper's got Piet's inevitable failure on. So that wasn't helping as well because we were getting less assists from Dark Trooper. So a little bit awkward, but we did correct that as things went on. It just cost us a few banners, as you can see, just by his posture. Range Trooper has lost a bit of health there, and Anakin made sure he did. So yeah, I'm really stalling. I'm trying to wait until Qui-Gon's a little bit low. I mean, do I do a basic on Qui-Gon here? I don't think I did. Because at this point, we've obviously got a lot of stacks of inevitable Emperor's Trap, so we're going to deal more damage. So I'm worried about a basic killing Qui-Gon and then Anakin going nuclear. Thankfully, the AoE was on cooldown, so even though he tapped Piet, he didn't kill him. So when that happened, we were in control. You've got no chance to recover. It was just about making sure we were efficient. But yeah, that was a messy battle for just how I played it. You know, that battle could be won a lot easier, but I just made a few mistakes how I approached it. It's not like it cost us a lot. I think it was 1 banner in the end, but you always want to try and get as many banners as you can. So 1 banner drop, it was not the nicest. But yes, 64, yeah. So we got through that. That was a relief. We took an EP Mara with Watt against Gas. So Watt puts weapon tech on Vader. And I've got to thank the chat for this because I was a bit uncertain what to do after we did Merciless with Vader. So I'm going around the clones first. I'm trying not to hit Gas because he'll counter. So we're going to hit Arc and then we're going to do a Force Crush on on Gas. So at this point, it's a case of what to do. As you can see, we're going to do basic because it's the only move we can do. I was checking to see if that could be countered. It can. So yeah, basic, we get countered. It can't be helped. So there's a stall here from me. And what happened is I was asking the chat, I was imploring anyone who knew, what happens next? Do we pass a turn to Mara? Because if we do that, whichever one of her abilities she uses, the chances are Gas will assist and Gas will counter and wipe her out. But if we fracture, have we got enough turns in us to do some damage? So it's a bit of concern because I'm looking at Arc's turn meter as well and thinking, what happens with Arc? So there was a concern. I mean, you can tell I've spent a lot of time thinking here. I mean, I almost passed a turn. And then someone in the chat, I believe it was Pills, there was also Zaphod. They were both telling me fracture. So I don't know when I do it as far as time. It's got to be any second now. But we've fractured Gas, and I'm glad someone shouted it out because, yeah, I was going past the turn meter, you can see. And it makes sense. Fracture Gas, make sure he can't counter, and then use Mara's abilities. I thought it would have been done by now, so it's about a minute it took me to work this out. And I don't mind as far as showing this because I think this is something I could afford to do more. Just take a moment, assess what's going on, assess the abilities we got, and then move. So yeah, we actually managed to get a stun or two, which was nice as well. So when the stun landed, we're actually in full control because the clones weren't going to do much. Mara was able to use her abilities. So yeah, I'm grateful we took that moment because Fracture obviously goes off Gas at that point, but yeah, things look great. We decided to go for Echo because he's the one out of stun. Yeah, we're just passing abilities around. We'll get Rex a little bit. I think Gas does get back up, so we're going to pass the turn to Mara just to try and thicken a protection pool up a little bit. I really want a thicker Mara. I think Mara will do a lot at Rallic for me. I mean, a lot of the tunes I've got my favourites will, but I think Mara is becoming such a big character in the game that I need a Rallic Mara. Cooldowns worked out quite well at this point. We got Fracture back, so we were able to get Gas under control. Just feeding tech out to the team just to try and maximise what we can. Sadly, there was little to no health steal on Mara. That was the downside. We couldn't really do anything. There was a temptation to use Palp's second special just to give health steal to the team, but it felt a banner risk. So yeah, thankfully, we just about survived there. We do Force Crush so there's no counter. We're going to do a basic, I believe. There we go. And yeah, that looks sketchy as anything. We do a basic. He's in stun lock. We're going to do a basic for a shock. Another basic for a shock. Mara's on stealth, so can't counter. And yeah, Culling Blade to finish. It was a messy cleanup, but we got through it. And I'm glad I learned how to do that. So again, thank you to Pills, Zaphod, anyone who was in the chat helping me at that point, because that was a big win for me. Not necessarily in this grand arena, but moving forward. Okay, so my ego got the better of me here. There's no two ways of putting it. I have won this battle before. So I thought, you know what? I want to do something different with Geos. I'm fed up of Trey getting owned. So I thought, you know what? Let's take the Ewoks in and we'll just try and take out these bugs. And for the most part, it looked like it could go well. I mean, you're watching it, you're thinking, okay, we got Brood Alpha into the yellow. You know, is it possible? And I honestly believe it is possible. The trouble is, we just weren't doing enough damage in the end. You know, we really needed to get him out on that last hit, and we didn't. So they get out, they take the turns, Paplu's taunt's removed, GBA heals up, and Spy just managed to get a big hit on Logray. Once Logray's out, yeah, this ain't happening. So we're back out. I will try and live and learn from those scenarios, but we managed to clean up with Trey. I actually put Ewok Elder in here, and I'm tempted to do that in the future because Ewok Elder's got a weird place in my roster right now where he's very thick and tanky at Relic 7. But if I'm not, if I'm using 3PO with the Ewoks, then it means Elder has not got a clear home. And I'm thinking this could actually be a good place for him, because one of the things that is happening to me a lot right now is that if I'm taking in the Sith Triumvirate versus Geos, one of the Geos are taking out one of my team. So we could get good with revives like that. I mean, it's still use, but it could maximise my banners. So I am tempted to do it because it's probably a good use of Elder if Watt's elsewhere like he was today. Sorry about the drink, folks. I've been recording now for 45 minutes, so I just want to keep my hydration up and my caffeine levels. So yeah, I think this is actually a good idea. I might be tempted to throw Elder in the air in the future. Plus, that was part of the reason I didn't take in Trey to begin with, because of banner loss. So yeah, this does seem like an interesting option. I don't know. We'll see, because obviously Elder could have other uses. We used him with the clones the other week, and that was quite fun. But yeah, in general, I think it could be the better option. Now, I was told after the match that this may have been a mistake. Not necessarily because we didn't win. We win this battle. It's a clean counter. But we could have potentially used the Geos against a Padme team I go up against. Or maybe I didn't even face it. And it was the idea that the Padme team that you saw on the front wall, it was Plo and R2 at Gear 12, then the two JMK clones at Rally 5. And I get it. I think, all right, there's potential there for the Geos to do something, just for the fact that you can use basics a lot and then just time your hits with Spy. I think what was kind of getting me is I didn't know what to take in here. And this is where the Ewoks cost me again. Because if I'd have done Ewoks here, try it on the Geos, then I would have had Geos to take in against the Padme. So again, this is all about picking your battles more smartly. And simply put, I did not battle smart here. I call it what it is. It was ego. I thought my Ewoks are doing good for me right now. I want them to destroy Geos. And I stand by it. They can beat Geos. It's just maybe Relic Geos was a bit of a push. Maybe. So, next one, we got this. You see, this is where I go back to it. If I hadn't had to do the battles I've just been talking about, so if the Ewoks are being used correctly, then this wouldn't have been happening. I think the Geos could have taken this team out, but instead we're relying on CLS with 2PO. Now, with 3PO in this team, I actually think this could have worked. Just for the fact that there might have been enough exposes and damage to actually take the team out. But obviously 3PO gone with the Ewoks and lost. So Cara, to her credit, she tanks a nice bit. She does something, but we aren't getting damage. And because of that, we aren't punching through Padme. She's the only one we have to worry about here. R2's obviously got the stat share going, so that is helping. But yeah, you're looking at this and you're thinking, this was not going right. We just hadn't got enough going for us. So I'm kind of waiting for the inevitable at this point. And I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I think it's a bit pointless stalling what you guys are seeing. I mean, Kara's gone. CLS goes within 2 minutes. Another 30 seconds go. We're still at these 3. And yeah, Chewbacca's the last one standing. So yeah, we backed out there. And we got Bad Batch on the back wall. They were all low gear, low stars. So I thought maybe we could cheese this with some droids. And I knew it was a bad idea. I knew it because obviously Bad Batch have got anti-droid synergy. But I couldn't help but give it a go because I thought, one, these are my highest powered toons to a degree. Or at least the ones that were available. But I was thinking maybe we could just do something where, as you can see, we stealth everyone but Droidica, and then the damage immune toon. But yeah, it didn't pan out that way. Wrecker got out, he did his toughen up move, and yeah, it just went to hell in a handbasket. I kind of like the idea of this. I don't think the notion of putting Droidica out as a false taunt is bad. It's just not this team. Bad Batch are just too good even at that star level. So yeah, I might try that somewhere else if I have them spare. But yeah, just a bad team to try it on. I mean, Echo's already back round to his second days. Yeah, I like to say I like the idea. I think there's something in there as far as team composition goes, but not against Bad Batch. I really need to build up Bad Batch on this account. They're just so useful. Anyway, we took in Phasma First Order here. I had actually accidentally left them on offense, so I thought let's use them. So yeah, they were actually quite efficient. I might save these on offense a little bit more because they aren't going to be anything that's big and powerful, but they can take out some trashy stuff like this. So yeah, I might try and save them for offense a bit more often. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. But yeah, I mean, look at that, we were able to take it, well, okay, I mistimed that. I'm pretty sure I take out Nest quite comfortably. And so we go for Rolo. I think we'll cleanse that off TIE Pilot. That was it, the AoE, that gets rid of Nest. We do the Terminator move, even though there's a bit of daze, just to give Terminator to those who've got it available. We get rid of Old Ben. And yeah, we just wail on Lando. Comfortable win. 60 banners, sure, but we got through it. So final battle. Yeah, again, this one was a bit of a hit and hope. I knew in my heart of hearts I couldn't take out Night Sisters. The reason I did Kylo here, I thought maybe if he doesn't get stun locked, maybe, then he might be able to ramp up damage enough to do one big AoE. Yeah. Anyone ever done a Night Sister battle like this and not got stun locked? I laugh because it's the only thing you can do. This was painful rewatching because it's like, why did I think this would work? But in hindsight, I got no hope. Oh, I've just knocked my headphones over. But yeah, I got Bob over winning this, so yeah. Oh, it's alright, I've knocked my headphones off the little holder, and I've just woke up my cat in the process, so bit of a shame. But yeah, that's the end of Crimson, so let's show you how we got on with the final score. So just to clarify, this Z board ended. Yeah, Wicious, I don't know why you've retired, but like I say, I wish you well. But yeah, no attacks obviously, so yeah, not much more to say that. I'm assuming you've retired anyway, just based on the fact you got no guild, etc. But yeah. At least we got a win. Crimson hasn't got to give Chirper a Relic 1, or Relic 2 I should say. So yeah, happy days. So the final Grand Arena I'm going to be showing on this video is DarthUnkei versus Rath Tarr. We actually are in a lot of advantage here, so we got 5 GLs to Rath's 4. We're at a speed disadvantage. They got more 25s and 20s than I got. But yeah, by and large, we were looking very positive here. We got GP advantage, so going into this, I was feeling relatively confident. I thought as long as we don't make any big mistakes, we should be fine. So let's show you how the board looked. So this is how it started. We had yeah, we haven't had an attack, so that was a positive. Let's move on to the next slide, though. Yeah, now, sorry about the funky image here. I couldn't really do much about that. I did a bad screenshot. But yeah, my defense, I'd put Ray down, Mon Mothma, Bam, and Qui-Gon. And then down the south, we've got Newt. Well, Newt droids. We've got Kylo Ren leading some First Order. We've got Darth Revan with Talon, and we've got Slacker. At the back wall, we've got Traya, we've got GG droids with not GG droids, and we've got the Ray comp. So it's the same defense as the previous round. The only change I did actually make was in fleet. I took Radis off defense and put on Home 1. So it wasn't a big change, but it was something that I thought I want to see how Radis goes on. So yeah, I was hopeful that this would get a hold again, I'll be honest. Or maybe not hold again, but I was hopeful it would hold. And I am going to stick with this for the next round. I'm going to change it for the week after, but I want to just see how 3 sets of opponents get on first of all against it. But also, I want to maybe just mislead people with the GA history a little bit, because I think there may be some people who work out that something's changed if they go back further than this week. So I want to at least keep this week consistent, and then we can adapt from next week. So this is what my opponent placed. This isn't what my opponent placed, this was the previous round, so apologies, I've been a bit lazy and I've not put in the current screen grabs, so let's just go straight into battle and we can actually just talk through each round as we face it. So apologies for that. So first one, we did Imperial Troopers versus a Maul team. Yeah, so it's a bit of an interesting counter, this, because obviously we're going to deal a lot of damage with Imperial Troopers, so it's all about, can we just get them down before Maul takes turns? And simply put, yeah, Dark Troopers 2 OP. So, yeah, we've got Stark in here this time. Maybe a bit of a risk with the Droideka, but we've got a Dispel as well, so it's not like Droideka could do too much to us. Days as well, that was very nice. You have to take turns. It's not the best way of doing this, if you like. I don't particularly enjoy the notion of having to going from target to target, but again, there was no big issue. Maul's left on his own. He's a dead man. So yeah, clean start, 75 banners. Next up, we did Qui-Gon, I believe. Oh, no, sorry. We did CLS versus Boba. Yeah, so we started off with Fennec. Fennec's arguably the biggest damage dealer in that side, so thought, right, get her under control. Dabob Boba's in here, so again, just remove his TM. Same target next to Zam, get rid of the TM. And finally, Dengar is going stealth, but make sure that he can't take a turn before then. So everyone's in low health, everyone's looking a bit squishy, so Chewie had a field day. Chewie was waiting for that AoE. Once he did it, it was just clean sailing. I think we got 65 for it. There we go. Next up, we got Mon Mothma and we did Iden again. Now, once again, I could have full autoed this, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I targeted the wrong tune to begin with. And I'm going to show why, because we're on 4 minutes 50 now, and if I just fast forward a little bit, I can show you that by the 2 minute mark, we were still at about the same point. Let's just go a bit more. And it's simply because of Biggs. Biggs is gaining so much TM in this team because every time I'm doing an AoE, Biggs is taking a turn, and therefore they are just regenerating health and protection, they're staying in the game. But equally, they're not damaging me because the Omicron for Iden's just too powerful against this team. So I was stuck in a bit of a weird position. Do I focus on Biggs or do I focus on Kyle? And we managed to get it right. We got a daze on Biggs so he wouldn't keep gaining turn meter. And then we were able to focus on Kyle. So in the end, it does pan out. It wasn't the worst battle, but I made a pig's ear of it. I was too slow getting to Biggs. This should have been a 1 minute battle. Instead, I stretched it out to just shy of 3. So another one where you live and learn, but 65, it didn't cost us anything, just time. So we move on to the final team on the front wall. And what was that? Oh yeah, we did Qui-Gon and we took in Sith Eternal Emperor and Watt. The logic there was that even if there were 3 GLs at the back, we would still have 3 left, so it wasn't the worst case scenario. Well, not 3 left, 2 left, but we'd have an off-meta counter as well, most likely, so it wasn't the worst case scenario. So let's just throw C at this, that way there's no big risk. So I mark Anakin and Cam 2 damage dealers, make sure that they can't crit us. And from here on out, it's just basically stall until ultimate. So I'm just going to save you guys seeing the stall. So just go to about there. So, I mean, I feel for Wat in these scenarios. I think we were actually talking about in the chat that it'd be nice if the devs came out with a dedicated Tomb for C that did the same job as Wat. Someone who could benefit from C's attempts to recover health and protection. Or at least protection. But yeah, it doesn't seem like an imminent thing is coming for it. Still, it was 66. We got through it pretty comfortably, so yeah, can't complain. So next one, we went for Wampa. This was for the North Wall. So yeah, Wampa's looks a bit rough at this point. Extortion, you know, you think, oh god. But yeah, we just ignored Extortion. We've got a counter chance now. We've got protection up, so they stand no chance. This is one of the more comfortable battles you're going to do in GA right now. At least at Relic 7 like this Wampa is. So yeah, just keep howling, just keep countering. They've got Bob up. In fact, it's pretty funny just watching it. Alright, so yeah, B2. B2's a dead droid. At this point again, it's just a stall. I mean, we're going to just Wamp just to get the protection back up. I don't think I cash in the profit. I don't think I did. Because profit's going to do nothing to us, not really. So it's all about, can we just keep countering, essentially. I mean, if Extortion could actually be flank counter chance, then yeah, you would have to cash it in. But yeah, as things stand, you just keep on going, you keep increasing your offense. It does nothing for B1, but the fact is, once B1 is gone, GG's going to receive one hell of a big hit. That's the theory anyway. And it does play quite nice, it's got to be said. So yeah, we counter, we just keep going. We've got a Wamp, Newt's gone as well. Yeah, it's hard to keep adding stuff to this. It's such a clean and great counter. So GG goes twice, but does it matter? Does it heck? 68. I'm really looking forward to Temmin trying that. So we took in JKL versus Kylo, and it was pointed out in the chat after Old Ben was a banner stealer. Yeah, I brought him in for protection. I thought, just in case they get loose, I don't want them just being able to target JKL. But yeah, Old Ben probably did more harm than good as far as banners. I mean, yeah, I think in my head I'm thinking if they go too heavy on JKL, I wouldn't be able to get out. But yeah, there wasn't a hooks in here, so there wasn't really a risk of them preventing counters or anything. So I should have just taken the 2 in. But still, we got through it. It wasn't like a loss, but it was just banner inefficient. So again, we need to learn this, because in Kyber 1, banner efficiency becomes more important. It's less about can you beat something, but it's about how do you beat something. And I would say that's something I'm going to have to learn. It's not something I'm going to just be able to adapt to like that, because on all 3 of my other accounts, it is about can I beat it rather than how do I beat it. So yeah, it's like here I'm thinking, all right, can we get Old Ben banners back? I'm thinking who's the best one to try and stall, but yeah, we just couldn't get enough back. I mean, if JKL hadn't been the one to take that turn, maybe, but yeah. All right, so next one, we've got Dash, and I took in Gas for the simple reason we could get past Vandal's prepared mechanic. So yeah, anti-revives just makes a load of sense. Plus we've got Dispels in the team, so we can get past these taunts. So yeah, very comfortable, very simple battle. One thing I will say I made a mistake on. I should have gone for Dash a lot sooner than I did. We do get to him. It's not like we took forever to get to him, but you look there, you think, all right, he got a basic off. We really at this point could have done with, I think once L3 was the one not taunting now, we needed to focus on Dash. Instead, I just went for L3 a bit more for some reason, and it just meant that Dash was able to use his special. And yeah, the special isn't nice because it just nicks a load of protection off the clones. So yeah, it's a bummer. There we go. Ugh. I should have gone for Dash a lot sooner. I think we could have got a much cleaner score if we'd have done that. It wasn't like the worst score this, but you could get better. just as far as team composition goes, I can't say I particularly like this team, the Dash comp. I mean, I get why you do it. You know, IG's a nasty so-and-so as far as to get past. Vandal is obviously going to keep reviving him if you get rid of him early, so you've got to go for Vandal. But I can't help but think you're taking IG and Queel away from Bam. And they are just a great trio. I think, no, don't take them away. I mean, maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think, guys. But yeah, personally, I just think don't split them. But yeah, I respect why you do it. It's just, it's not for me. So yeah, 60 banners. Yeah, 65 is the goal, obviously. So 5 down is not good. Now, this is the same team we faced on Crimson, but it's actually similar relic levels as well, I believe. It was in 2 Gear 12, so some irony in that, I will say. But yeah, we won this one a lot more comfortably. We got EP Mara. We didn't need a 5th, so it was quite banner efficient in the end. I don't even think they took a turn, so it's not like they got nicked to banner offers. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I drink this coffee before it goes cold as well. But yeah, just looking, you think Clone Sargi's a dead man. Get rid of Padme. And basic on Sarge, and then it's just basically, can we get Padme out, sorry, R2 without losing banners? And yeah, although that was risky, I should have fractured. But yeah, we got the stun, it worked. We got 66. So next one, JML versus Darth Maul, and this was overkill. I mean, the next 2 battles are overkill. R9 JML, this is brutality. I mean, I went for Nest because I know that Nest will she'll lose max health if we're doing bait. Oh no, saying that's JKR lead, isn't it? So I was misplaying that. Alright, that's one to learn. But yeah, I'm kind of debating who am I going for here, because Maul isn't a priority. He's just there. But we could do again Nest out, we need to get her under control. So it's about who we're passing turns to, how are we trying to force this win. Sidious isn't a nuisance as we saw last time. He's just going to keep evading and doing Sidious things. Thankfully, we were able to deal some damage with the AoE. I think we passed that to Ezra in this situation. I think. Do we? It was a coin toss. Do we go for JKR or not? Oh, that was it. I didn't even do it. I just left it because in reality, no one benefited from the buffs. So yeah, we got Sidy out, and we're just stalling now because the 2 I want to hit are in stealth. So yeah, we're just trying not to get hurt by Nest, really. So best thing to do there is stun her. She can't do anything. She's stunned. Do a basic on Talon. She's nearly gone. And from here, we're just banner recovering. We're using inherited teachings, trying to get protection back via that ability. So yeah, it was a comfortable battle. It was just basically working out who to use what on where. So yeah, not much more I can add really. It was massive overkill. I think we actually, yeah, we get rid of Talon here, and then Dooku's just very simple. I think 1 basic got rid yet, and yeah, we're just stalling. We just got to wait for Nest to pop out. There she goes, and 1 basic from JML, and she's out of there, 65. So again, overkill, and this is a 3-man. So Gideon isn't going to do too much to begin with here. You might be instinctive to think, oh yeah, get rid of Gideon. But 1, my side can't be manipulated with turn meter. But besides that, he always does Armor Shred first. And because he's doing Armor Shred on a General Kenobi, who's damage immune, it's not even doing damage. So yeah, it was just a very non-event going for Gideon first. We may as well go for the fastest tune, which was what we did with TIE Fighter Pilot. So from here, I think, all right, we will get rid of Gideon. He still can't remove turn meter, but he could be a nuisance. So let's get him under control. TFP as well, sorry, not TFP, Royal Guard. He could be a little pain, just popping up with taunts, but he isn't going to stun us or anything, so we're not worried about it from that point of view. Krennic's more of a concern because he's got AoE damage, and you don't want to lose banners that way, so it's just about, can we chip away at Krennic soon? We get the ult. Recover some banners. We're obviously getting attacks out of turn with this as well. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I kind of wish we could have got to Krennic sooner. I feel like we stalled on Tarkin a bit there. But yeah, damage immunity on Kenobi. They aren't going to hurt us. We got so much protection up that it's probably painful. But yeah, Royal Guard's just dead. He's dead and he doesn't know it. So yeah, down he goes. Oh, I was one early. There we go. So we've got the final battle coming up. We've just cleaned up the back wall of that battle. We're now cleaning up the top wall. This is the final one, and we took in 3-man bounty hunters. A bit of overkill, to be honest, because I was tempted to try Fennec solo. Fennec Relic 7, I thought, could they do that? But I think there was a bit of concern about days, maybe Captain Arn could be a nuisance. But still, I'd like to try that sometime. Fennec solo is a fun battle. You know, you might not get max banners, but you could probably get close to it. But yeah, we're going to just nuke Cat so he doesn't come back. And there's so much banner recovery in this lot. I mean, when you think we're going to get counters in a minute. Yeah. 3-man, you didn't need any more. Again, I'll stand by it. I would have liked to have tried the Fennec solo, but it didn't really make sense to risk it, especially considering, as you've seen, 2GAs have had bad scores, so I thought, let's just try and play safe here. And yeah. Just waiting for the kill shot here, to be honest. There we go. So, character battles have gone well. Now Fleet. Fleet didn't go so great, and I'm going to try and go blow by blow on this. So, this is how I saw the battle going. Obviously, they take the first turn. My Vulture Droid goes. It's a rough start. So we're going to gain turn meter. We're going to just hit the Y-Wing. Now, my priority is getting Anakin in unending loyalty as fast as possible. The trouble is they've got their taunt faster, so we are behind the 8-ball a little bit. So first of all, Vultures. In hindsight, my first reinforcement could have been Spy. That may have helped. But saying that, did we get Spy? Let's play it on a little bit. Yeah, we did bring in Spy. I thought we might have done. Mustn't have gone for Anakin then. Yeah, it went for Rex. So, for the record, goes for Anakin. He's dead and buried. This would have been a clean win. As things out, it got messy. So you're looking over there and you're thinking, right, Anakin's got buzz droids. I'm essentially just trying... Well, okay, that was a misplay. I should have gone for Anakin there. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's just try and get Rex out. He dies naturally. Fair enough. Anakin's still got unending loyalty, though, so that's a concern. We want to get rid of unending loyalty. So, there we go, it's gone. Now we just need to kill someone so that he takes a bonus turn and dies off. But yeah, we're just not getting the luck. We're not killing anyone. So Plo comes in, heals, and then this is wrecked. You know, there's no chance of recovery at this point, if we're being honest. I mean, if we'd have had another toon in reserve, like say IG-2000 who was with Executor on defense, we may have stood a chance there because we could have healed the Vultures up a little bit. But in reality, we were just overpowered. It was a no-go at this point. So yeah, that was not good because I needed a counter, a clean-up counter, and I wasn't convinced of what could do it. So we took in Holdo. I thought, right, maybe there's enough here. Needless to say, I wasn't impressed. There's a chance I misplayed as far as starting 11, or starting 11, I'm talking football terms there, starting 3. Maybe I should have put Ray in there instead of Poe. I felt I needed Resistance Trooper for the days, but Ray probably would have been better, there'd have been counter chance, etc. But yeah, I was trying to work out what Rose does, because it's been a while since the kit reveal, so I have forgotten it a little bit. But yeah, we do the special on it, a bit of evasion down, it's not a bad thing. We use Poe's special to increase his offense, plus specials on resistance tunes are just no-brainers. Again, I use this just to try and get Deflector Shield on the team. It makes sense to try and just feed into that buff. But this is not feeling comfortable, I'll be honest. I'm looking and thinking, I'm not convinced I can take this team out nice. I feel maybe Cassian could have been useful here, or Karth, just to try and get Anakin out of that buff, out of that stealth, because right now he is just right out of my eye line. I can't hit him. So yeah, this was not nice. I mean, Rose, give her credit, she took a hit, but I put the wrong reinforcements in. I needed Karth. There was just nothing to dispel stealth. So I misplayed there as well, I will be honest. Rose actually does seem to be doing okay stuff here. I think if the ship was 7-star, it wouldn't be the worst ship in all honesty, because it's a good counter chance there. Granted, the sweet spot really doesn't do much, but still, I'm not against it. It wasn't the worst thing. The trouble is now, though, we haven't got any way of really getting Anakin. I mean, Poe's just got nuked. Resistance Trooper's not far behind. Yeah. I was just hoping and praying we could somehow get to the Holdo maneuver. But, yeah, that happens. It was not looking good. And then we died. So, yeah, I was thinking, oh, God, we've lost this. We're going to lose on fleet. And without an Executor on defense, that is bad. So, yeah, we do a finalizer mirror. We're getting that desperate. So Echelon on this side is 7-star, Echelon on that side is 5, so we did have an advantage, plus there was a Relic 8 crew on our side to a Relic 7 on theirs. So there was worse scenarios to be in. It just isn't a battle I would ever choose to do, because you're looking at this and you're thinking, ugh, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know anyone who would opt to go into this, given a normal set of fleets to choose from. But yeah, we get Echelon out. It's time to focus on TIE Silencer. Command Shuttle coming in was weird as well. I only realised when it came in it wasn't starting, I think. Yeah, Silencer took out my Special Forces. Thankfully we were able to call an assist with Silencer here, just get rid of the Foresight. But yeah, this was such a messy battle. I go back to it again. I just don't know why anyone would opt to choose this battle. I mean, we do get Silencer out. Here we go, I think. Oh, no. See, it's a bloody tanky thing, isn't it? There we go, we got it. We got crit damage up as well, which was pretty nice. Trouble is 2 hunted on the field is not great. At this point, I'm thinking, oh god, are we going to lose 2 fleet battles? But we stay in it, we just about stay in it. Normal first order TIE pilot comes in, we get rid of the command shuttle, and then it's not the worst thing to clean up. Although I must admit, I didn't particularly like seeing Lando here. Lando hurt quite badly. At this point I am thinking, oh god, we have lost on fleet, because we'd only got Mace and Executrix left, so there was no chance of 2 cleanups. I mean, it was a slim hope of 1 on Negotiator, but we got through it. The first order ships did come to the rescue at least. So at this point we took in Endurance, and we took... Oh, did we? Oh no, we did a Negotiator mirror, sorry. We did a Negotiator versus Empire. I forgot about that battle. So yeah, this is a pretty comfortable battle. It doesn't look it at times, but honestly, you've got to misplay badly to lose this. You've got days on TIE Bomber. Just make sure you get that thing out, and you're not going to lose this. We bring in Plo and Ahsoka. Plo obviously recovers banners. Ahsoka's just there as a nice bit of damage dealer in case you need it. Come on, Josh, do it. You can do it. There we go. So, yeah, we do that. I did put the taunt on Y-Wing. Wish I hadn't, because it got dispelled straight away. But yeah, I go back to it. This isn't a risky battle. It looks bad with how Anakin is, but he's got an Indian loyalty, so even though Second Sister goes in, she hasn't got the required gear, so she isn't going to hurt as much as a Gear 11 one would. If that had been Gear 11, I'd have been worried, but we were in a good shape, despite all the debuffs and all the poor-looking health and protection situation. So yeah, we've just got to get this bomber out. It's taking a bit of time. We get there. 1 base it does it, I think. Oh no, a bit more. Alright, Ahsoka comes in. Do you finish the job? Or did we go for the Sith bomber? Oh no, we don't get a choice. Alright, TIE bomber's gone. So yeah. At this point, I'm thinking let's just get Vader out. Vader's going to be a nuisance if we don't get rid of him. So yeah, let's get rid of Vader. Do we basic? Saying that, we have got stealth, but no, we basicked. We haven't got any debuffs on Ahsoka, so there's no point doing the second special, so we just try and hit Palps for some damage. So, oh no, we do that next, sorry. Sorry, I can't remember every bit of these battles play by play. But yeah, at this point we are in good control. It would be nice if we got an unending loyalty on Anakin, but we get the Sith Bomber out. We're getting some protection back via Rex, so that's nice as well. Get the second sister out, she's not going to hurt us. But yeah, there have been worse battles. Been better for sure, but yeah, we get protection up there. Bring down the Y-Wing bomber assault. And yeah. 66. So this is what I was going to say before. We took an endurance against the negotiator with just Sith fighter. I wanted to see what the cooldowns were. Again, this was advised by chat, so I'm going to praise those who were there. But yeah, you look at it and you think there wasn't a mass assist, there wasn't anything that looked too damaging. So there was an assessment there. Do we let them burn a few more off, or do we back out? And it was back out. I'm going to say that the cooldowns that we saw, we could survive that with what we got left. So it would be a one-shot. We got only one last hope, but it was a good hope. The issue is we had to see where we stood after the initial barrage. So basically on the Y-Wing, Fives took a bit of git on TIE Fighter. Now, RNG-wise, that went well. If TIE Fighter had died, I think we would have lost the battle. But as it stands, I'm just waiting here. I'm thinking, all right, because I've got target lock on me, I'm thinking, well, it's not just target lock, but I'm thinking if I get evasion up, if Anakin goes for TIE Fighter, it won't matter. So I'm just weighing up, do we want to do the evade now? And yeah, I did stall a bit here. I mean, we've got 2 minutes 15 left of this battle, and yeah, you can, that's a good 40 odd seconds I took deciding this quite safely. I mean, it's all about, will you get the turn meter you want? Is it worth doing it now, or is it worth stalling? We chose to do it now, just YOLO essentially. So yeah, we're going to do a basic here, I believe. Just the idea of inflicting defense and offense down, just so Fives wasn't doing as much on us. So yeah, just wait for the basic. I was just checking the uniques as well, sorry. Alright, so oh no, we didn't do that. I thought we did the basic. No, it's special. Alright, so anyway, we use Tarkin's special. And here again, it's a case of what do I want to do? Do we want to do a basic or do the special to remove protection off Fives? Because obviously we need to get to Anakin. We can't ignore Anakin. You know, he's the one who will destroy us. But Fives can be a nuisance, especially when you've got 2 target locks on the field. So it's about weighing up who's the more important one to go for. And yeah, Y-Wing just about survives there, but not for long. So we get a hit on Anakin at this point, which is crucial. We get an all-important hit on him, and I believe we finished off with Fives here. There we go. So 2 ships versus 3, it's still sketchy. We bring in Ebenork, and from there the battle is in some level control because they can't target lock us. Fives is a little bit neutered because of it. So yeah, the battle does recover itself quite nicely. But man, was it sketchy. This all came down to maybe just misplaying a little bit with Malevolence. I mean, I stand by what I said at the time. I don't think it was the worst misplay. I essentially thought I was going to get the Buzz Droid down, but it just didn't happen. Sorry, not the Buzz Droid, Anakin down, but it didn't happen. But yeah, you look at this and you think, it wasn't bad. We got through it. Just hopefully never again. Hopefully never like this again. So yeah, let's show you the final score for DarthUnkei. So yeah, DarthUnkei, we did get the win. It was by quite a nice margin in the end. We're talking, what, 34 banners? 34, yeah. Just to do the defense review, front wall, Bam got a hold, and Qui-Gon got 2. So yeah, well, 3 and 2, depends how you read them. Down the south, I don't think there was any holds here. I don't recall any anyway. No holds on the front. And then at the back, we did actually get a good hold. We had Rey with 2. Well, she held for 1, she was beaten in another. So I'm taking that. That's a positive result. Then as far as fleet goes, I believe Executor was a clean win for him. Yeah, 1 shot on Executor. And I can't scroll up for some reason right now on here. so I can't see if home 1 held, but with that I would say no. No reinforcements, no hold. So yeah, pretty good result for DarthUnkei. 2 wins from 2, so hopefully we can win the 3rd to keep 100% record going. So tune in next time to find out for this account. So that's it, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this. I have not discussed JJ on this one for the very simple reason JJ did win. JJ did lose. But yeah, I'll put a screenshot on just as I'm talking here. But it wasn't obviously that interesting. But yeah, I hopefully you enjoyed it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay I've shown you. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you've got any thoughts, leave them in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back in. I'll be releasing another video tomorrow showing my round 3 gameplay. So hopefully you enjoy that, and I'll see you there. Bye for now, everyone.